Hello, and welcome to Relaxing Facts. I'm Chad Kay, and today I will be talking about the famous painter Pablo Picasso. First, I want to give a quick shout out to our listeners in Spokane, Washington, and Fort Mill, South Carolina. Thank you very much for being faithful listeners of this humble podcast. You're very much appreciated. Each week, I share interesting stories and little-known facts on a variety of topics, accompanied by gentle, soothing music. My goal is to help you find a sense of calm during your busy day. Feel free to settle into a cozy spot and let yourself be carried away by these relaxing facts. Pablo Picasso is one of the most important figures in modern art. He was born in 1881 in the seaside city of Malaga, Spain. Picasso was born into a family filled with creativity. His father was an art instructor who expected discipline and technique, but young Picasso was something different, intuitive, bold, and astonishingly gifted. Stories from his childhood describe him sketching with a maturity far beyond his age. As he grew older, his family moved to Barcelona, a city alive with color, architecture, and artistic daring. For Picasso, Barcelona was not just a place to study. It was a place to discover who he was becoming. He spent countless hours in cafes with poets, thinkers, and fellow painters, soaking up influences and debating ideas. There was a rebellious spirit in Barcelona that fueled him. Picasso later studied in Madrid, where he visited museums such as the Prado and encountered the works of Velázquez and Goya. But even as he admired these masters, Picasso felt an urge to break free from imitation. He wanted something new, something that matched the pace and complexity of the modern world. That desire pulled him toward the artistic epicenter of the time, Paris. He first arrived in 1900 at just 19 years old. Paris was noisy, energetic, and filled with painters pushing boundaries. His early years there were extremely difficult, filled with poverty, hunger, and freezing winters, but they were also transformative. Picasso shared cramped studios with friends, often burning paintings just to stay warm. Yet even during these hardships, his creativity surged. It was in Paris that he entered what we now call his blue period. These paintings are moody and emotional, figures bent under sorrow, mothers with children, beggars and outcasts. The palette is almost entirely shades of blue and green. Picasso later said that this period reflected a deep sadness, influenced by personal losses and the loneliness of being a young foreign artist far from home. Around 1904, everything softened. Warmer light crept into his work, and his subjects shifted to circus performers, acrobats, and harlequins. This phase became known as the Rose Period. The paintings still carried a sense of fragility, but they also offered tenderness and humility. These works helped Picasso gain early recognition, but he wasn't content to settle into a style. The turning point of his entire career began when he encountered two powerful sources of inspiration. One came from the paintings of Paul Cézanne, whose structured approach to form, reducing objects into cylinders, cones, and spheres, gave Picasso a new way to think about reality. The second influence came from African masks and sculptures that he saw in Parisian collections. Their abstraction, symmetry, and emotional power struck him deeply. These influences merged into something revolutionary, Cubism. Picasso developed this movement alongside his close collaborator, Georges Braque. Together, they dismantled traditional perspective. Instead of painting from one viewpoint, they painted from many at once. Imagine a guitar, a bottle, or a person broken into geometric fragments, planes, lines, and curves, then reassembled into something new. Cubism forced viewers to reconstruct the image in their minds, making them active participants in the artwork. This wasn't just a shift, it was a rupture. Cubism changed painting, sculpture, architecture, and even design. The world suddenly looked different because these two artists dared to show it differently. As the years passed, Picasso continued to reinvent himself. After exploring the analytical side of Cubism, he shifted again into more decorative, colorful forms. In the 1920s, he became associated with Surrealism, not because he followed its rules, but because his imagination aligned with its spirit. He created distorted bodies, dreamlike faces, and images that moved between humor and menace. But in 1937, during the Spanish Civil War, Picasso faced one of the most defining moments of his life. News reached him of an attack on the Basque town of Guernica, where civilians were bombed in a brutal aerial assault. Picasso was horrified. Out of that horror came one of the most powerful paintings of the 20th century, Guernica. It is enormous, chaotic, and devastating. Twisted bodies, screaming figures, a collapsing horse, a shattered world. It's an outcry against violence. Today, this masterpiece is housed at the Museo Reina Sofia, where thousands stand in front of it in absolute silence. It's not just art, it's a witness to suffering, a visual memory carved into history. After the war years, Picasso's life shifted again. He spent much of his later life in the south of France, working in ceramics, sculpture, and increasingly bold paintings. He continued to experiment as if he were still a young man searching for a breakthrough. His productivity was astonishing. Tens of thousands of works across every medium imaginable. Of course, Picasso's legacy is not without complications. His personal relationships were intense and at times deeply troubled. Many of the women in his life spoke about being hurt or overshadowed by him. These stories matter, and they invite us to think about how to appreciate artistic brilliance while acknowledging personal flaws. Still, Picasso's influence on art is undeniable. He reshaped what painting could be. He questioned the rules until they broke, and then built new ones from the fragments. He showed that art could evolve as quickly as the modern world around it. And that brings us to the end of this week's talk. If you like this episode of Relaxing Facts, I would love for you to subscribe, leave a comment, or just click like. I hope you have a wonderful day, whether you're taking a moment to unwind or just simply enjoying some calming listening. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Chad K, and I will see you next time. Bye.